Hello, this is Igoro, host of the Igoro Show, and you are listening to the Steve and Crypto Show. So keep your ears open and your mouth shut.
Hey, welcome to the Steve and Crypto Show, your third favorite podcast, which is brought to you by thestevestrout.com. I am the Steve Strout.
I'm Crypto Zoo. Welcome to episode 174.
I did that intentionally to see if it felt weird. Being the Steve Strout. That's my old name from 100 years ago when I was just a little blogger and blah, 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 blah. The story people could hear back on like episode 2, 3, 4, one of the early episodes.
Yeah.
Anyways, tell them what episode we're on and what's happening.
We're on episode 174. We are getting a little bit closer to episode 200. We're just inching our way there. Which brings us to a good question. Is there something cool that you think that we should do? You guys listening, you got any cool ideas for episode 200? Let us know. Do you have a connection to a contact that might be a fun guest? Let us know. Send us a message.
Yeah, I think 200 is probably a big number. We should make it special.
Yeah. Yeah. So of course you can send that message to CryptoZoo88 or the Steve Strout on the social medias. And that's also where you can find us, through Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that.
All them places, the TikToks.
That's right. Yep.
Where the kids are at nowadays.
You can also find online is cool merch for your third favorite podcast. And that is by going to Etsy. Head over to Etsy/shop/Steve and Crypto merch. You can pick up a hoodie, a coffee mug, a magnet, tote bag. There's a bunch of different things. Go check them out. There's a good variety waiting for you. And waiting for your friends, too. Give them a gift. They'll be like, what is this for? Be like, a cool podcast. And they'll be like, what's a podcast?
Speaking of merch, you guys know we bring merch when we do convention appearances. We're adding a couple things to our table this year when we hit shows. Normally we don't have t-shirts and stuff with us, but we'll have some on the conventions later this year. Some other cool things, some really cool coasters with a cool my old Luchador Killer image that I did on an old photo shoot 100 years ago, back when I was cooler than I am now. But just a couple little things that you guys will only be able to find at our booth at conventions. DVDs and stuff of films we've been involved in, and all kinds of cool stuff. But that is merch. How about Patreon?
Of course, you can head over to patreon.com/Steve Crypto. There's a good assortment of stuff waiting for you right now. A lot of it is not necessarily horror content. We try to just put some stuff on there that is connected to stuff we do outside of the show. Weekend getaways and concerts and movie reviews. We spoil some movies over there. If you want to hear us spoil the shit out of what was it, Jurassic World Rebirth? Is that the last one we did? I think that's over there. You can check that out.
Did we even talk about that?
We did. Yeah.
Did we? I don't even remember. I know I put up a clip of a recent concert I was at from an 80s band, that because I grew up loving the 80s bands, and I threw up a clip of, I actually threw up a whole song they played in their set, which is like one of their hit songs from back then. And I threw it up over there. So go over to the Patreon, join it. Little as $1 a month. That goes a long freaking way. into keeping things going here, keeping things growing here, keeping things improving, and all that important stuff.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, the show is free to you guys, but we got to keep the lights on. So, it costs just to run the show, but we love doing it. And we've been doing it almost 5 years now.
Yep. Coming up, this episode will release probably. So, but our fifth will be August 30th officially. Our first episode premiered August 30th, 2000. So August 30th,
You
this
mean
coming week.
2020?
Yep. We'll be five will have been live for 5.
Yeah.
So this is basically our 5th celebration. This is our birthday party. I don't know. Anyway, that's something. It was worth mentioning. We've been around for a while now.
Yeah,
And we wouldn't be around for this long without you guys listening.
that's for sure. Yeah, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us for this long. Um, and we hope to keep it going for another 5.
Definitely. I almost said for sure, but you just said for sure. So I refrained from saying for sure, but I just said for sure 4 times.
For sure.
For sure. So those are all the places you can support us and promote us. I feel like we forgot something, but it's okay.
I know I'm kind of feeling
Because
that same way.
because we'll circle back later. It was probably like the Facebook group or something,
Oh,
but
yeah, it
they
is the
know about
Facebook
that.
group. Yeah, we got the Facebook group. Go check that out. Now we're up to like 1,100
Yeah,
members in there,
over
something like that.
1,100 people know about that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But you guys can go
Now,
check that out. If you're new to it, go over there, be a member. Doesn't cost you anything, just a second of your time. Join the group. If you got something cool and spooky that you're working on, throw a little sample in there.
now, if only that 1,100
Excuse me.
people would listen to us weekly, that would that would be really nice.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
keep spreading the word.
I think there's some people that join that might not necessarily be listening. And hey, we love you for being in the group.
No, get your shit together. Find your favorite podcast player and search for the motherfucking Steve and Crypto Show and press subscribe
And leave
and
a good
listen to that
review.
shit.
Leave a good review while you're at it. The reviews really help. They boost us in the ranks. It helps get the name out there to more people. So yeah, leave a review. We appreciate you in advance.
Right. So with that out of the way officially now I think we've nailed everything and remembered everything that we usually promote. Last episode, we talked to Dennis Daniel. He is a film critic and author. He told us about his book and everything and where to get it. So go back and listen to it if you haven't. If you already did, go listen again because it's good for our growth. Listen, check out his book. Reach out to him. Let him know you heard him on the show and what you thought of it. And he's a good dude, really enthusiastic, fun dude to chat with. But this episode, we're going to talk about a little bit of news, maybe a little bit of Halloween shopping that one or both of us might have done. Maybe even a couple visits from a friend or two. We'll see. It depends how this plays out. But let's dig into news. I just want to say before we get into, I know you compiled a nice little list of interesting little tidbits that people may or may not know.
Yeah.
But the movie Weapons has passed over $200 million globally.
That's great.
Which is fucking huge.
And you got a chance to see it, right?
I had a chance to see it and probably going to talk about it a little bit with Willie soon.
Yeah.
Willie Jarrett. because I know he's seeing it. That guy is on top of the new movies, man. He streams all the new shit that comes out streaming. He goes to the theater, and that's why I like him popping in and keeping us up to date on stuff because we can't keep up on all of it. I know
No,
I sure the fuck can't.
no. I mean, especially me, like when you got little kids around, you can't just watch horror any old time you want.
Eh,
So, I
why
mean,
not?
I'll put a lot of things on my tablet while I'm doing laundry or whatever, watching it with like one earbud in as I'm folding clothes, but like I can't just put a horror flick on the big TV and, anytime.
And sometimes my job, I spend all day staring at a screen,
Yeah.
and sometimes I do see real life horror stuff, but I stare at a screen all day. So sometimes when I get home, I don't even want to turn on my TV for a while. And then by the
Hmm.
time I finally do, it's like time to lay down and get ready for bed. And then I turn the TV on, and then it takes me 20 minutes to find something to watch. And then, oh, let's watch this. And fucking don't even get through the credits, and I'm passed out. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's what my life's to become.
There's so
I like
much
to
to watch.
live. I like to live through our friends.
There's so much to watch these days. So many choices. And yeah, I have the same problem sometimes. Like you finally pick something and then you're just crashing. Like, why did I even start that? Um,
That it takes you
but
like
speaking
five
of,
takes you like 5 tries to watch a whole movie, and you
yeah,
got to keep trying to find your spot, and like you end
yeah,
up rewatching half of what you already watched. And
I've been there.
mm,
Um, speaking of things to watch, there's a lot of stuff coming our way down the pipeline. Um, it's cool to see like a lot of horror related news coming up recently. A lot of projects being talked about, and um, I'm pretty sure the movies that I'm mentioning are all a for sure thing. Like there's all kinds of news that floats around that things that are being talked about and then it just never happens.
yeah,
But I'm pretty sure everything that I'm mentioning here is a green light. Um, First one being the Hostel reboot series that is supposedly going to be on Peacock.
right.
Um, I guess Eli Roth is directing, but my guess is he'll just be directing maybe the pilot or maybe
Yeah,
the first couple episodes, at the
he'll probably be
most.
acting more as a producer of the
Yeah.
series, and like a
They
showrunner or something. Yeah,
it's a common thing. They'll do that kind of to get people's interest. Like they did it with
yeah,
Ash versus Evil Dead. They announced like Sam Raimi coming back to direct or whatever, but he directed the pilot. That's
yep.
it. After that, it was in somebody else's hands. Um, and like you're saying, I'm sure he was there as a producer in some form, and then obviously like Bruce is he's got a hand in that too. It was always Bruce and
He
Sam
had
and
a
then
hand in it, right?
yeah. It was always Bruce and Sam and then what's his name? Tappert something Rob Tappert, I think. Um those three are kind of the brains behind all the Evil Dead related stuff. So I'm assuming that there's going to be something kind of like that going on with this show. Is like maybe Eli
Yeah.
Roth will be there in the distance,
Well, I mean,
while
there's
some other
his
group is doing it.
creation. They got to keep his name on it because he's a name,
Yeah,
so he's got to be involved in some
it's
way.
gonna sell it. I mean, just his name being attached. It's a good marketing point.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't have a date for that yet. I haven't seen a whole lot about it other than the fact that it's coming. It's being worked on.
Okay. No
So,
casting or anything yet.
I don't believe so. Have you heard much about it?
No, no. I mean, I heard it was coming, but I haven't really heard much. Um, there's really not that much info. I mean, just something
Oh,
like Paul Giamatti is
yeah,
attached in some way.
yeah.
I
I
heard
totally
that.
forgot to mention that. I was just about to say, yeah,
you,
Paul's
how
involved.
could you forget Giamatti? Like,
It's kind of cool to see him doing something horror related too. I mean,
yeah,
I can't think of anything else that he's done in the horror genre.
no, but he's good though. I feel like if somebody could pull it off, it's definitely him.
Yeah.
I think he could play a. I feel like if they need him to be like a weird guy or like a creepy guy, he could pull that off, or he could be sophisticated. He could play a lot of different types of characters. Like I think he's fantastic, and he's a good addition to this. But yeah, there's really not that much news about it. It's just that it's going to be in the works and it's coming
Yeah,
eventually.
pretty much.
But it's been
Yeah,
talked about for a couple years now, though,
yeah.
because there was talks about it,
So I guess
at least since '04.
there's three people that are behind Hostel: Eli Roth, Chris Briggs, and Mike Fleece, and they're all back for this new project. Um,
Okay.
yeah, it says currently in development. There's no platform attached yet. They don't know where it's going to be streaming.
Well,
Described as being a
it
modern
looks like it.
adaptation.
What I'm seeing is that it landed at Peacock for development,
Oh, okay.
and this is as of Variety posted this in July 31st, so that's probably the latest.
It says what I found here says Giamatti will star in a key role with character details under wraps. The casting brings the Oscar nominated star of The Holdovers into Roth's orbit since the duo first met during production on the first Hostel film. Um, yeah, so not a whole lot here, but I mean, it's exciting to know that it's happening.
Yeah, but I mean, he's a apparently Giamatti's a horror fan because he's mentioned wanting to be in horror roles, and apparently Texas Chainsaw Massacre is his favorite horror movie. So
Oh, wow.
I think he wants to be in some good shit.
Cool.
Um, what else
All
you
right.
got?
Well, that's good to know. Hopefully, he'll get his wish down the road.
And anything he does though, he goes for it. Like he don't like half-ass things. He's a legit like amazing actor.
well, I'm all
So
for a Texas Chainsaw Massacre sequel of some sort. I mean, they keep pumping them out, but there haven't been very many good ones. Like there's a
yeah,
fair amount of movies in the series, but there's like one or two that are pretty good. Um, and so maybe he could add some charm to that franchise. Anyway, um, so this is kind of weird to say. Some of you guys might have already noticed this. Um, I don't know how many of you guys listening follow stand up and know of the comedian Matt Rife, but he's all over social media too. So I'm sure you've seen some of his live crowd work pop up.
yeah. Like social
Anyway,
media is making some of these comics into stars.
oh yeah. Yeah,
It's
I'd
not
say
like
it's
the
a
old
big
days when they had to actually grind and tour for years and
yeah.
like they just go viral on a video and then all of a sudden they're fucking headlining arenas. Like, come on.
Yeah. I mean, it's helped
Ridiculous.
out greatly for him. That is what he's doing now.
Yeah.
Um, so Matt Rife and a friend of his just purchased a home in Connecticut previously owned by Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Yep.
Um,
What we
and it
know as the paranormal investigators that the fucking movies are based on
the
the
Conjuring films are
Conjuring
inspired
films.
by, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so this deal that they made comes with the Annabelle doll. They don't own it, but like they're kind of they're guarding it, you could say,
Right.
for the next 5 years. That is
Right. So this
the
house,
contract.
this house was held all these items as a museum. They bought the
Yeah,
house. The
yeah,
items are gonna be in the house, so they're kind of like you say, like guardianship over them. They don't own the items in the house, but they own the house. But it's still kind of cool. It's interesting that this dude is that into paranormal stuff that he wanted to invest his money in buying a place with a rich history and hauntings and possessions and stuff. That's kind of cool.
yeah. I saw the video that he posted talking about it, with his friend standing there, and he just said, like, if you know me, you know that, the I guess the Conjuring films are like his favorite movies ever, and he's really into this kind of stuff. And so I think he even mentioned something about tours down the road, which I wouldn't be surprised at all. Um, yeah, we'll see
Oh,
what
is he
happens. I
gonna?
mean, I think he's gonna take care of it. You know what I mean? Like, I think he's gonna make sure that the whole property is
Oh,
is
maintained.
well taken care of and loved.
Yeah.
And
Well, he can afford it
yeah,
at this point. But
yeah.
he's talking about touring like the artifacts and stuff, or like just that the
I
Annabelle
think
doll,
like
or what?
like having the place available for tours, or
Oh,
I
just so
would,
use it as a museum, like it's been.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, that would be cool.
And I wouldn't be
I know you're talking
surprised
about.
if there was like maybe like a B&B Airbnb situation.
Yeah,
I don't
that'd
know.
be kind of. I'd personally pass on that. I'd like to tour the place, but I don't know if I'm a fucking spend a night or two there. That's a little sketch to me,
Yeah.
to be honest. Because I'm not saying there's not fucking haunted shit. And I'm not saying there is, but you
Yeah.
know,
You don't want
I
that.
I don't want to take the chance that some crazy shit happens while I'm sleeping there.
Right. You don't want that place to be your final destination. And
Not even that, just to
speaking
just
of
to
that,
prove. Go ahead.
I was trying to segue.
Well, did you see um recently they were like touring the Annabelle doll
Yeah. And it
and
like,
like a dude that was running it or something like died unexpectedly.
yeah. Did some place catch on fire or like something blew
It
up
was
or
they tied some people kind of try to tie like the fact that there was like a fire or something in one town where the doll just was or something, but like it's torn through cities. In any city, there's gonna be a fucking probably a big fire every goddamn day in a big enough city. So it's
yeah.
like, it's just coincidence. I don't think it had anything to do with the damn doll, but it's weird
Yeah.
that the dude who actually is handling and moving it around died. That's kind of a reason why I don't want to stay at that B&B. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a little too weird to be just coincident. Like he
Right.
trained for this by just eating cheeseburgers and seeing how clogged he could get his arteries. And then he's gonna take it down. No, this dude like it just happened unexpectedly. It wasn't like he was some weird, unhealthy, fucked up dude like me. Like if I went out and traveled a bunch and I just dropped dead, people would be like, he was a fat fuck. It was probably gonna happen anyways. They wouldn't blame the doll, but in this guy's case, you know, who knows? Who knows? But
Yeah.
all right, go ahead with your little segue that I ruined.
And speaking of Final Destinations,
Yeah.
Final Destination 7 looks like it's happening now. I mean, of course, the last one did pretty well. Made a decent amount of money from what I recall. Um,
Yeah.
so I'm not surprised by them getting the green light for 7. Um, I guess the co-writer from Bloodlines is returning. So we'll see
Yeah,
if 7 has the same level of carnage
I hadn't
that the
heard
last
this
one
yet,
did.
but I figured it probably would. With it did okay. Like
Yeah.
if a horror movie turns a profit, there's a good chance you're gonna get a sequel.
Oh yeah. That's
And
that's pretty much what it's about. Yeah. Um, where do you think they should base the next one? Like I was kind of thinking about it, like what they could do.
or they could
I mean,
base it
yeah, like where would it be? Where would you want it to
at
be
a
located?
at a at a fucking old folks retirement home.
Mm, yeah,
Yeah. Then that way, because they're all usually pretty predictable anyways. This way it could be extra predictable.
yeah. You have
Or they
one
could play
death
on
where
that
like
and make it they could play on that and make it less predictable somehow.
you could have like all the pill trays laid out, it's pill time for everybody. And maybe
Yeah.
somebody messed up and they accidentally put like
Mm-hmm.
all diuretic pills in somebody's tray when they meant to
It's
only
like,
give
oh no,
them the one or two.
we spilled oil down the steps, and Gertrude is coming down the stairs and gonna fall and break her hip and get an infection and die in the hospital or something. Fucking maybe like a cancer ward at the hospital. Somewhere it's
Yeah.
not expected where people are gonna die. That's fucked up. I'm gonna
Yeah.
not go there. Um, yeah, I don't know.
I had an idea about Africa or something, but the shit that could happen there would just be a normal day, like lion attack.
there's a lot of animal maulings and stuff.
Yeah, like that's just a
Australia,
normal day for them there. So
just be Australia, and it would just be different animal, fucking. Cause like I think every animal in Australia could kill you.
yeah, drop bears. That'd be an interesting kill. Final Destination, just have like a koala attack.
It gives you fucking chlamydia, and you die
Mm-hmm.
from it.
Yep.
They they gotta I don't know, like maybe find somewhere that's considered safe. You know what I mean? Some place that's known to be super safe, and then find ways to make it not. I don't know.
Hmm.
I just those movies they're fine, and when they do interesting kills, it's cool. But for the most part, I just find them way too predictable, and I get annoyed by like the little like teases, like they show like the they show the bridge cracking,
Yeah.
or they show like this big, a tool that is gonna fucking that could potentially kill you. But then they're like, "Oh, I tricked you. Something else kills them." Like,
They show the guy falling and then the lawnmower coming for him.
mm-hmm.
Like that would have been a nice kill.
Yeah,
Like I like the kill,
like oh
and
the
everything, but
broken glass, and then the lawnmower, and then
mm-hmm.
this and that. It's like, oh,
Would have been
fuck
nice to have
off.
been surprised.
Yeah, like the only thing that really surprised me was like the fucking the MRI thing was kind of cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That actually happened to somebody recently, I guess. Like for real.
Really.
Like dude was wearing like some big chain, and it fucking his wife was getting an MRI, and somehow for some reason he opened the door, tried to go in, and that shit grabbed him, and like
Huh.
it like I guess it choked him out or something, and
Wow.
like he's in there getting choked with his wife. That's fucked up. But
Damn.
yeah, on a on a bright note, like they're making another Final Destination.
Uh-huh.
Cool.
Yeah.
And speaking of seventh parts of movies that we may not really need, Scream. I think you got
That's
some
right.
notes about Scream, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Of course, most people that are following any information coming out about Scream 7 know that it's coming out late February. um, but the
October
trailer,
27th.
yeah, the trailer could be coming out like as soon as November. Because they usually try to put them out a few months ahead. So um, I'm just kind of thinking that it'll likely come out around that time.
I think we'll see it
Um,
around Halloween.
yeah, yeah, possibly. Um, and this next bit of Scream news is more like kind of related to home, close to where we are. So if you are a Washington resident, Washington listener of the show, um, you may or may not know about this. So October 30th in Tacoma, there's an event called Behind the Scream, and it's going to be a showing of the original Scream, followed by a Q&A with David Arquette. So it's going to be at Tacoma Pantages Theater. It's at 7:30 p.m. You can go to Ticketmaster or go to tacomacitytheaters.org to get more information, to get your tickets and all of that.
Are you going?
I would love to. Um, he's one of the main people I'd love to meet from the cast of, from all of
Right.
the Scream films. Um, but I don't think so. There's a concert going on that same night, also in Tacoma, um, by a Tacoma artist. There's a guy named Diggy Graves, who some of you listening might enjoy. Actually, he raps with a Jason mask on, and I think sometimes he has a band with him. But like most of his music is either like spooky Halloween themed, has a song called Halloween Never Ends or something like that. Um, and then of course has like some Jason related material and a lot of mentions of the Northwest and Tacoma, and you know says something about like 253 till I die in one of his songs. But anyway, we're going to go to his homecoming show. It's the last show of the tour.
Huh. Where's that going to be at? I know
um
Tacoma, but
yeah, I know it's in
you know the
Tacoma.
venue?
Actually, I need to be getting tickets for that pretty soon. um I'm not entirely sure.
Uh,
I
oh
think
well,
it's in a
people can find it. If they want to know,
yeah
they can find it.
I think it's in a
Okay.
like a theater, possibly.
Mm. Oh well. What other
Yeah.
news we got?
Um, okay. So Gremlins, one of my favorite franchises, looks like it is finally coming back for a live action film. Um, I was kind of teased, a while ago when they said they were coming back and it ended up being a animated show. I still haven't watched that whole show. I watched a little bit of it. Um, and just being that I love the series, I should probably watch the rest. But um, Gremlins 3 looks like it's happening now, or it will be, I imagine. They're waiting on approval from Spielberg to start production. So
So they have a script and everything
there's,
already, or
I
what?
guess there's a script. Yeah. Yeah. They gave it to him. Yep. They're just waiting for the green light on that. Um, I know Zach Galligan was at a recent convention, and he's the one that mentioned it. He's the one that said like it's in Spielberg's hands now. So
Uh,
um
that's what I mean. And he could say nope, and then it won't happen.
well, hopefully he just gives them some pointers instead of saying no, like, hey, let's change this, let's add this to that part and blah blah blah. Do all that, work his magic and make it
Uh,
good like the first two. I mean, my favorite one's the first one. But the second one has fun moments.
yeah, apparently the script is on Spielberg's desk. The ball's in
Yep.
his court. So let's see.
Yep.
I wonder who they're gonna get to direct and everything. Think they'll bring Dante back?
Peter Dante, I'm sorry, not Peter Dante, Joe Dante would be cool. Um, I mean, obviously, he would be the best choice. If they couldn't, like, my next choice would be, this is just my opinion here. Um, the person behind Trick or Treat and Krampus.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Or the team that's behind those movies or whatever, you know. I think they could handle something like that.
Right.
I want to see like a darker version. Like I don't want Gremlins 2 again. um I know a lot of fans, including myself, have kind of wanted like a R-rated Gremlins movie for a long time. I think that'd be nice. But at the same time, the series
It's
also my opinion here, the series is like great entry level horror.
yeah, and I kind of want
So
it to stay like that for
yeah, part of me
new
wants it to be
generation.
that. Exactly. Part of me wants it just continue to be that, but I've definitely had ideas in my head for what an R-rated Gremlins would be, and it could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like it was probably. I feel like if that original Gremlins movie was made now, it probably would be R-rated anyways,
Yeah, that was like right
just
before the
because
whole
of.
PG-13 thing happened. That
Well,
was
I mean,
one of the movies.
just because of like what, like I don't know. I was gonna say because it's like gory, but it's not really. We're not really seeing humans be killed. I feel like if we saw more human gore, it would have been R. But
Yeah,
since it was just little green monster puppets, it's like, whatever.
yeah.
Um,
That was one of a couple movies that kind of started the whole like PG-13 rating. I think it was that one and one of the Indiana Jones films, probably the Temple of Doom. Um, and then one more flick. I can't think of what it was, but I remember
wonder
watching
if it was
something about
because,
that.
wonder if it was because of the monkey brains. Um,
That probably added to it.
yeah,
That and the whole heart out of the chest thing.
yeah. I
Um,
guess that's always a thing too, huh?
yeah, but yeah. So Gremlins 3, we're just kind of playing the waiting game with that, but it is exciting to know that there is some progress
It,
with it because that's
it's
been
there's a
floating around
script,
for
so that's
years.
there's a
Yeah.
script, so that's good. But
Yep.
I feel like this could still be, you know, 3 years away. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
But
Yeah. Um
did you?
so
I've been meaning to ask you off air, but have you started the Alien Earth series?
oh yeah, I was gonna bring that up too.
Okay, well
No.
there you go.
No,
No, that's
not
it. End of the
no.
segment. No. Thanks for listening.
Yeah,
All
yeah, I meant to tell you that no, I have not been watching.
right.
I haven't. I
Let's
want
just do a
to.
whole episode of just telling people what we have not been watching.
Man, that's plenty.
I did not watch the Mogwai series. I've not watched Alien Earth. I
Wait,
watched a little bit of Ash vs. the Evil Dead, but no, I have not watched it all.
we
I have
can
not.
do I was gonna say we can do a separate podcast just of shows that we started and fell asleep, or that we started and just didn't watch more of.
Like the top 5 series that I fucking keep falling asleep watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's funny.
um
Um, Tell them about more stuff we haven't seen yet.
so this just came out this week. There's a movie called Good Boy that's going to be coming
Oh
out.
yeah,
It's a horror movie from a dog's point of view, and I guess the owner of the dog becomes possessed, and
right.
I'm hoping you get to hear like the dog's inner monologue, and it's not just roaming around looking at things. Like
Just like a
I kind of
silent
want like,
film.
yeah, I want like Homeward Bound. I think that'd be kind of fun, like Homeward Bound, but with the horror spin.
Yeah, I could get into that.
Yeah.
Definitely
And
get
I
into that.
guess the director is using his own real dog for the movie.
Right.
So that's kind of cool. I mean, he's already got a
That's so
relationship
he
with
could.
it.
That's so he could fucking pocket more of the budget.
Yeah, yeah,
Say,
exactly.
I'll
He's
just
gonna
use
get,
my dog.
and that dog's gonna be like, "You son of a bitch! I wanted that
Yeah,
20%."
you better get me that good ass kibble, bitch. Be
Yeah,
getting me that cheap shit. I want that
yeah,
cold fucking dog food out the fucking cooler that's made of real meat instead of the bullshit in the can.
right. Give me that
Eating
bag over
good.
there that's like 16.99 for 4 ounces.
Yep.
Um, so that's really all I have regarding that one, but it looks kind of
Yeah.
cool. I'll check it out. It sounds fun. I
So
think,
last time,
yeah,
I'm gonna transition us into something else because I don't know why. But last episode, was it last episode or the one before we were talking a little bit about San Diego Comic Con stuff?
it was the one before.
Okay. And we mentioned that they're coming with a Friday the 13th game. Remember they mentioned that. There's been a couple other games mentioned that are coming that we've heard about in the last couple of weeks, which I think you might have a little detail on.
Yeah, yeah, I was getting there. um, I mean, most of us know about the Hellraiser game that's coming out. Maybe you don't. Maybe you missed that last episode where Steve mentioned it, or you've just been living under a rock. But there is a Hellraiser game coming out, and like even YouTubers that have talked about it cannot share any of the clips that they have seen or clips that you can check out. I guess they're, it's supposed to be pretty graphic, as you would hope for with a Pinhead project. um so that game's coming out. Speaking of Hellraiser and Pinhead, Doug Bradley was on Your Mom's House podcast recently, which was a really weird guest. I mean, like, no, nothing against him, but you wouldn't expect to see someone like Doug on a show like that. um
Right.
so I ended up listening to the whole thing. It was pretty fun. So if you're listening and you're a fan of Doug Bradley, go check that out. But yeah, there's another horror icon that is getting a game. They just announced it. It's coming out next year. Um, we're getting a Halloween game. So it's going to be an online multiplayer like a lot of these other horror games that have been coming out, just like Friday the 13th, just like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. But one big difference between this game and all of those is they're actually going to have offline bots, and there is a story mode. So the story mode is probably the most exciting element of the whole thing. And I'm sure a lot of other people feel the same way because people have voiced that they wanted that for the other games that I mentioned. Evil Dead, the game, is really cool, and it doesn't necessarily have a story mode, but there are like side missions that you can do offline.
So
And
it's
there,
playable by yourself.
yeah, you can play some stuff in the Evil Dead game by yourself. And that's what I prefer. Like, I don't always have the time to jump in online with people. I
Yeah. And
also,
sometimes you just want to play with yourself.
yeah, I get my ass kicked quite often in like online play. Depends on what game I'm playing, but I mean, also you can't pause it. You can't pause the game at all. And so, um, yeah, I kind of prefer playing offline. And so I'm happy when there's a horror game that comes out that gives you that option. And
Right.
so, yeah, I mean, we'll see what kind of storyline they put together.
Is this going to be the first Halloween Michael Myers game?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And it
Like
is going to be
even,
available on PlayStation, Xbox, PC,
yep.
all the.
I wish they put these games out on the Switch. That'd be nice. I don't have a PS5. I don't have an Xbox
Guess you got to get one.
One X or whatever. I have an Xbox One. Um and
Apparently, you could play as Michael Myers
yeah.
or against him, which is pretty cool. Just going
Yeah.
around and killing people. I like it.
Yep.
Take out some aggression.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So that should be fun. I'll definitely give that a try when it comes out. Um, I want to try that Texas Chainsaw game. I still haven't played it at all, but I don't think they put it out on PS4. I'll have to double check. I
So
know it's
that one
pretty
is out already. I remember
Texas
hearing about it a
Chainsaw
while
game, yeah.
back, and then yeah,
Yeah, Texas Chainsaw game is out. You can get a physical copy of that one. Killer Clowns you can only get digitally.
right, right.
But I haven't played either one. Um all this talk about scary movies. Scary Movie 6 is coming. For anybody that didn't know, that's pretty exciting. You know, we haven't had one of those in a while. The best part about it is that the Wayans brothers are back. They've pretty much taken that property back home where it belongs. Because like they did start to go downhill after they left. Um, so they're back. And they just announced a couple more people that have returned. Regina Hall and Anna Faris. They are both signed on to be a part of it. There's even been some rumors floating around. I don't know if this is actually going to happen, but there's been some talk about like maybe Melissa Barrera being involved,
Huh.
which would
To
be
kind
kind
of
of
spoof Scream a little bit.
uh-huh. Yeah.
That would be good. That would be
Yeah.
enjoyable.
Yep.
Hey,
We'll see.
I'm hoping they find a way to bring back my buddy Johnny Abrahams. Get him
Yeah.
back on there.
I thought I heard a light rumor about that one as well. I really hope they bring him back. It has been confirmed. I think I said this on a few episodes back. It has been confirmed that Chris Elliott is back. He will be returning as the caretaker, which is my favorite part of number two.
Yeah,
Um, so he'll be
nice.
back as the caretaker, but he's also going to be playing Art the Clown.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So they're
I
going to be
like it.
spoofing Terrifier. Obviously, they're spoofing Scream. And I think they're going to be doing a lot of just like spoofing the whole legacy sequel idea, you know, and like bringing old characters in with the new characters, and yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully Dave Sheridan is back as well as Doofy. I'm pretty sure he will be. So the movie's coming out next June. So and they got a while before they can give us a trailer, you know, or
Right.
expected time
Usually,
for a trailer.
usually when we hear about these movies and everybody's coming back, and I feel like it's like, this is just money grab. But like with this movie, because the whole thing is a joke anyways,
Yeah.
it's more exciting.
Yeah.
And it
You know
makes
their
more
heart is in
sense
it.
to have a bunch of dumb, pointless fucking returns and everything because that's the whole point of this movie.
Yeah, Regina's been dead. Like I think she died in one of the movies and they're just bringing her back anyway. I mean,
Fuck
Shorty
it.
died, like Ray
Yeah,
died.
why not?
Yeah.
They could just either play different characters and, something, bring it
Yeah.
back in some way, or they could just. It's a fucking dumb comedy, spoof comedy. Like, do they really need to explain themselves? No.
No.
But let them come back and fucking be funny, and there you go.
Ray and Johnny Abrams, I can't think of his character in that movie, but both of them
John John Abrams was Bobby.
Bobby, that's right. Ray and Bobby both died in the end of the first one.
Yeah,
Um, but Ray came back.
yeah, bring him back anyways.
Yeah,
Johnny's
nothing
a
wrong
cool
with it.
dude, man. I hung out with him a bit last year in Spokane at the Halloween Expo, which I'll be back there this year. Actually, we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But we
Yeah.
have any more interesting news that we might have?
That's really about it for now. Yeah, but more and more horror news keeps popping up, so I'm sure we'll have a handful of new stuff to mention on the next episode.
Yeah, there's more news. Lots of movies to watch. The Toxic Avengers coming and everything. So I'm sure I will be watching that
That's right.
opening weekend for damn sure.
Go get that toxic bucket.
They're all at Cinemark Cinemas. The nearest one is Bellevue.
Oh, really?
So I'm not going to Bellevue. But yeah, I'd like to get one. So if somebody wants to get me one of the Toxic Avenger Toxic Waste popcorn buckets, my address is easy to find, or just ask.
Hello, podcast listeners. This is Halloween of the Halloween Horror Hour, Seattle's Scariety show. We bring you independent short films, music videos, and the history of Halloween. You can find us on Channel 28 in Seattle, or you can join us on YouTube at Halloween Horror Hour. So don't miss a scare. Watch if you dare. We have such shorts to show you.
All right, Steve and crypto listeners, our good buddy Willie is back to tell us about what he'd been watching, and maybe we might spoil the movie that is all the talk in the horror scene right now. We might spoil it, even though you guys should probably have watched it already. It's been out freaking 2 weeks now, so hopefully you guys all got your asses out to watch Weapons already. If not, you're missing out on a really fucking good, not only a good horror movie, but just a good movie in general. And so let's dig in. Willie, it's always good to have you back. Always good to have you here. Uh, how you been?
I've been doing good, trying to stay cool during this tail end of the summer and trying to catch these movies as quick as possible before they start disappearing from the theaters and popping up on VOD a month later or so forth.
Right, right. Well, I mean, I think I think Weapons might hang out in theaters a little bit longer, so people could get out and see it.
Mhm.
I mentioned earlier in this episode, like it just passed 200 million globally, which is really freaking good for a horror movie that nobody knew about. It's like this is something original and fresh. It wasn't like, an already established franchise or something. This was something brand new, and it's like fucking blowing up, and it's really good. So that's the main thing is I want to hear your thoughts. I'm sure you probably posted a nice review on Letterboxd, but we want to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, I definitely posted a nice review on Letterboxd. Shameless plug. Go
Spoiler
check that
spoiler
out.
alert, by the way.
Yeah, spoiler alert. But yeah, it's definitely it definitely takes a different pace from what Zach Krager, the director, did for Barbarian. And Weapons kind of plays it more kind of a story that features different aspects of each character that's that's kind of within the core of what's going on there.
Right, right. It's like the individual character story. It kind of felt like a Tarantino kind of thing. How we like see these build of each individual character, then it all
Yeah,
comes together.
yeah, kind of almost like Reservoir Dogs, where they have, Mr. Pink, Mr. Black, all the different assassins, but each one you get to know in some certain way.
But the story itself was very original. Like through the whole like when I watch movies a lot, I try to think like, oh, what is that? That was inspired by something. But I didn't feel that at all with this. I was just like sucked in and just it was like gripping. It just had my attention the whole time. I remember like halfway through the movie, I had to piss. Right, not to be too much info, but I had to take a piss. But I could not get up and leave to go because this shit was just crazy. Um, Basically, how would you kind of summarize the movie briefly without spoiling too much.
Right. Uh, Basically, they had a thing that happened at the school. 17 kids disappear. Teacher gets blamed for it, but there's always a deeper thing going on when it comes to that type of stuff, and we get to explore what actually happens and how it's affecting individual people, like the parent of one of the kids that got that disappeared into the night. Then one of the kids that actually was still there, and also the teacher herself. So, you get different aspects of what's going on with their lives after the class incident. And then you also get the mystery starting to unravel to find out the true purpose.
Right. Yeah, and it kind of shows how, like, in real life, how like a community would react to a situation like that. How they all, they got to find somebody to blame and whatnot. And and like the teacher was the scapegoat for everything, and it just, there was just so much to it. There's just like, it's so many different levels, a lot of depth to this freaking movie that I didn't expect going in. I just thought it was just going to be a nutty, straightforward, kids disappear, something evil took them, and that's it. But there's so much more to it than that. You see, there's like different uh, human, like, nature and reaction in different ways, but there is still that evil thing there that is really behind the whole thing. But I don't know. It was just a lot. It was a lot to unload. Like, I had to think about the movie for a couple days after seeing it. If that makes sense, I had to like let it register in my brain.
Yeah, you had to let it marinate a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. But it was fun though. It was a lot of like weird, unsettling stuff, but there was also laughs too.
Oh yes.
A lot of amusement in a lot of things. Like the gist of it, like you said, the kids disappear. Nobody knows why, but they want to blame the teacher. Turns out there's a supernatural power behind it.
Yeah.
The main villain turns out to be, so the parents of one of the kids invite a relative that they don't know very well into their home. That person turns out to be the main villain, and she's a witch, bad witch.
Yep.
Very, very bad witch. And she uses spells, which is how she kidnaps the kids and gets mind control over people, and all this crazy shit unravels and happens and just builds up, and there's like this slow burn through the whole movie waiting for something. And usually in a movie like that, you kind of get an ending that's like you build up and then you just get an ending and you're like, really, that's it, that's all I get? But this motherfucker was one of the most satisfying endings that I can recall seeing in a movie. And I know you mentioned that, how it was.
Yeah. I saw once I saw the finale coming up and that moment happened, I was just smiling and laughing my ass off. It was just too deliciously good of an ending.
It was like a good fireworks show. And you see, and it's all ooh, ah, ooh, boom, bang, cool. And then that finale, and it's just all out, just chaos, and you're like,
Yes.
this is, and yes, laughing, lots of laughter. Just like, I wish I could I wish I could afford to buy everybody a ticket to watch this damn movie so they could all see it. Um, and it's just one of those villains that you just wanted to see something bad happen to, and then it did, and in such a glorious way, in such a satisfying way. Uh, yeah, I don't, you don't, it don't leave. Like I sat in my chair in the theater, and I just was just happy. It was like that. It just felt right. A lot of times I'll leave pissed off, like, damn it, I want my $15 back. But this, I was just like, I would have paid double. It was just a good show. Um, I think the most impressive thing was it's killing it, selling lots of tickets, and it was just an unknown thing, and it's I think it's really good for horror, and I hope it inspires more original shit to come out.
I mean, yeah. I mean, check out what we had this year besides weapons. We had Bring Her Back. We had Sinners. We even had the return of Final Destination Bloodlines, which some people thought that, Bloodlines was not going to work out all that well because of the big gap between the last one and this one, and it just went off without a hitch, and it became something good, even though it already has a franchise behind it. It was something original.
Yeah,
So yeah, needless to say, a lot of original concept stuff for horror is actually pretty thriving this year.
yep, yep, and that's we need that. It just shows that there is a new generation of people creating it and people enjoying it, which is important. And the over the last 3 years, the world is finally starting to take horror serious as a film genre and art form. You know what I mean? Like getting, like The Substance. That was another fairly original one that got nominated for a bunch of shit in like the Oscars.
Yeah.
Like that's unheard of, and we're starting to see that more. And I think honestly, it kind of started with the Jordan Peele movies when he brought something creative and original,
Yeah.
and it just opened the door for stuff like this. Like I heard something that he actually wanted to produce this movie, and he like fired people that worked for him because they couldn't get him this movie.
Yes. I've been hearing a lot of that, and I'm guessing it's pretty true. I'm like, oh my goodness.
I mean, it was it was definitely a good one. I mean, he knew it was going to be something good. Um, so pretty much, like you plugged your letterbox. You guys definitely go follow him. He has hundreds of reviews on there, uh, including this movie. So you guys go fucking follow Willie's letterbox. Go follow him on all the social medias. Go watch Weapons. But what else have you been watching, sir? Because I know a couple times we've messaged and you're like, I'm about to start this movie or that movie. Or any of this or that movie any good? Or what'd you say?
I've been watching quite a handful of horror movies as of late because I've taken up this challenge of watching 100 horror movies within 92 days. And that's something that was a thing that started in the Letterbox community. And a friend of mine's, Spooky Sarah Says, include me into her server for that. So I've been doing that for this year. and running across quite a handful of horror movies that I wanted to see, but I haven't had time to, and some that's just coming out, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to watch this. So,
I usually do a thing in like October. I'll do like this 31 days thing, and I'll watch something horror or Halloween themed every day. It gets tricky though, trying to keep up on it. And there's a couple days I cheat and I do like a double feature because I know I can't. I'll be busy this other weekend. Like, there's conventions that month. I'm gonna be away at convention. I'm probably not gonna have time to sit down and watch a movie. So I'll probably double down a couple of days to make sure I get in 31 over that month. But so what's some of the ones you've checked out in the last couple of days?
um, well, I know the very first one I started with was Together. So I started off my little list pretty strong to start with. And then I started, barreling through a lot of the other uh movies and checking out what's going on here and what's going on over there. I do have a list on Letterboxd, by the way, folks. So you can't keep track with me in regards of all the movies I've already seen. So I did see Together, and that was pretty much the high start. And then the following day, the low start was watching that Ice Cube War of the Worlds.
Oh God, was that a thing? I didn't even know that was really Ice Cube War of the Worlds.
Yeah, it's
Is he
Ice Cube's.
just all I picture is him doing the eyebrow thing when he makes the mean mugging face and just mean mugging aliens the whole time.
And basically that's what it is.
So I need to watch it. Is this streaming somewhere?
It was done through Amazon, and it's a Prime Video exclusive.
Okay, so I don't have to pay extra if I have Prime.
No,
Not
if you
like
already got
Netflix.
Prime, you're good.
Oh man, I might I might have to actually watch that stupid thing. Hmm.
It's amusingly bad to terrible.
Okay, so
Especially,
basically just like any of the movies I've been in. It's like no comment, no comment,
but
sir.
let me put it this way. Uh, your acting is better than what this movie was.
And that's not saying much. I like how you set the bar high with like Together. That was going to be really had high expectations, and then like Ice Cube and Alien Invasion movie. Like,
Well, I have to be honest. I was like,
yeah.
everybody in the letterbox community right now is like saying, "What the fuck is this garbage?"
Oh
I
man.
mean, it went from when it started out, it was like at least I think a two in the way of the rating, and now it's like dropped down to one.
Oh, man. I wonder how Cube feels about that.
I I don't think he cares. Yeah, I think he as long as he got the money, I don't care. I think he cares.
Dang. That's wild. That is, I am literally writing that down right now because I'm a glutton for punishment and I think I need to see it. And it's just War of the Worlds. It's not like some weird name change.
But yeah, that was like by far the most tragic movie I ever seen in regard to that. And like then I said, okay, that nothing can be worse than that. And so I just kept going from there.
That's pretty bad because you're you're one of the people that would usually not say nothing bad about a movie. You just not say anything. You know what I mean? If you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. But this movie must be that bad if you're gonna make a point to say how bad it is. Usually you're like it's not my cup of tea kind of guy, but you're like this movie sucked.
Yes. I am. I truly am. And even if it's not all that strong of a movie, I will at least give it a benefit of a doubt and give it like at least a two. But no, that movie kind of deserved that one.
You give him like a passing grade, like a D. A D is passing. Or,
Exactly.
or you find things in it that, okay, this wasn't great. Acting was bad, but it was a cool story idea. Or it was like some of these effects look pretty cool. Or this one
Yes.
actor was really good and stood out. But this sounds like there's nothing of the sort.
No, nothing of the sort. Especially when they have already started doing a meme of Ice Cube doing reactions in the movie and counted it as Ice Cube live reactions. And I'm like, oh my God.
That's good. Damn, now I need to watch that. All right, that's definitely on my list. Definitely on my list. I might have to come look at your list anyways. Because I need to make my list for October. So what is your handle on Letterboxd?
Um, well, so far the handle on my list is that I ran across quite a few low budget horrors.
But where can people find your Letterboxd profile to find your list and this and that? Is it
They can
under
find
WiccaBurr?
Yeah, it's WiccaBurr. They could go on, they could go on Letterboxd, look up WiccaBurr, WiccaBurr, and that'll easily find it that way. Or they could go on my Instagram and click on the little link I have, and the link I have on my bio basically takes you to all my socials, which includes the letterbox.
Right. Okay. Had there been something else decent that you watched to get that ice cube taste out of your fucking mouth? Because
Yes, I definitely did. Um, there's been a few movies I've checked out. Um, there was, one of them was of course Weapons. I also checked out a movie called Lasso, which basically it was a slasher, but also a horror western in a way. So
okay.
it was kind of interesting, and especially with the way of the devs, which was kind of creative, where they literally took like a person, like they imprisoned a few people, took one of the people, and basically killed them off, similar to what they do to a bull in a rodeo. And I'm
Okay.
like, what? I was like, well, that's creative. I give you that much.
Yeah. It's kind of creative and a little brutal. So what kind of rating did you give that on Letterboxd?
The movie Lasso,
Yeah.
think I think I gave it, yeah, I gave it 3.5.
Okay.
I think
So
I gave it 3.5 mostly because of the creative kills and like how they set up the whole thing. So
right. All right. So I mean, did you watch that right after the Ice Cube movie? Because anything probably would get a 3.5 after the Ice Cube movie. It sounds
uh
like.
yeah, as the Ice Cube it probably would be. But no, the movie that I saw after that was Forgive Us All.
Okay. I think I've seen that one. I think that's streaming, isn't it?
Yeah, it's actually streaming on VOD, but I was able to catch it on Hoopla since I have a library card. So
Oh, okay. Okay. That's right. There is a lot of movies and stuff you could stream on there. I always forget about that one. I need to go renew my library card.
yeah, I mean Hoopla and Canopy is two places that I definitely strongly promote. If you have a library card,
Yeah.
seek those two streaming apps out because those those sometimes end up getting some of the surprising VOD movies where you think, oh, I have to pay for this, and it's like, oh no, it's over here.
Yeah. Yeah. and it's usually free
Yeah.
with your library card, which is really cool. More reason to get a library card.
Oh, all the reason to get a library card.
Read books, watch good movies, whatever else they do at the library. I haven't been in a while. I don't remember. I think in our library here, just like tweakers use it for free internet or something. But anyways, any other good stuff come up that you checked out? I mean, I'm sure you watched a lot of movies, but anything worth people seeking out?
Um, Trying to think if I had any. Um, there's a few movies I've seen, like Initiation. I got to see that one, which is a 20, which is like a 2020 movie, which wasn't a bad one. It dealt with like, frats and sororities, along with a slasher that's killing off the people because of a certain reason. And when you find out that reason, it's like, well, this was kind of a progressive type story, because you would think it would be the way it started. It felt like it was going to be generic, but then it kind
Yeah,
of
just
slowly turns around and becomes like a bit more progressive, which is kind of surprising to me.
okay. Okay, so it's kind of started like one of the early 2000s, you know, teen slasher horror movies, and then it kind of took a nice, refreshing twist, which is always
Yeah.
good. It's good to see. Um, so it sounds like you've been watching some pretty good stuff, and of course, weapons, which we mentioned a little bit. Is there anything coming soon that you're excited for?
I'm definitely looking forward to seeing Keeper, which is going to be the next Osgood Perkins movie.
Right.
That's going to be a bit of a psychological horror or psychological thriller, and it kind of stems almost similar to Together, but it's going to be like less on the comedy side and more of a suspense type of psychological makeup for that. And it's like you don't know who's who's the odd one out in the relationship that's, might possibly be a killer. So it's kind of an interesting setup, which, it's going to be interesting how which way the story is going to come out with.
Is that going to be a VOD or is that going to be in theater?
Oh, that's definitely going to be in theaters.
Okay.
Um, I'm not going to be surprised that it will probably pop up on VOD, like possibly later in the month though. The other one that's catching buzz is the movie that actually has a dog as the lead, called Good Boy.
Yep. We discussed that one a little bit. That's a cool premise of watching it from the dog's point of view.
Yep. And everybody's
Is
freaking out. It's like, so help me! If this dog dies in this movie, I'm not going to see it. And like, don't worry, guys. They already came out and said the dog's going to survive this movie.
so is there a trailer yet for that one?
Yes.
Okay, so I have to watch the trailer because I
Yeah.
don't know much about it. Crypto brought it up a few minutes ago when we were talking, and so I want to know if it's gonna be like we're gonna hear like the dog's like inner monologue through the whole thing, and you know what I mean? Like,
Well, from what the trailer shows, it seems like it's going to be like not like a monologue type of thing, but more like you'll capture what the dog is going through in like kind of reactions and
without
like body
vocalizing,
language kind of thing.
right? Okay, that's kind of interesting. All right, that's one I'm definitely kind of got on my radar for sure. Okay, that's pretty dang unique. I like it. Um, anything else?
Um, trying to think if there is
I'm
any.
just hoping you would say Toxic Avenger so I could be like, hell yeah.
Not yet.
Soon though.
Yes, soon enough, but not yet.
Next weekend, I think. Something like that.
Yeah, Toxic Avenger is definitely coming out on the 29th, I believe.
Yep. Yep.
I know that Hell House Lineage already came out on the 24th. I'm going to hopefully be able to see it depending on which theater actually is showing it and if they're showing it at a good time.
Right.
But yeah, I'm definitely going to push to see the Toxic Avenger when it comes on the 29th.
Yeah.
And they actually did a collab with Liquid Death. I think I showed you that via DM on Instagram that they actually did a PSA commercial with Liquid Death.
I might have missed that. You might have sent it and I might have missed it. So I'm gonna go back and look after.
Yeah, because like I said, I definitely sent that. And if you go to the Liquid Death account on Instagram or probably on YouTube or something, it's actually a legit funny as hell. And they actually have the Toxic Avenger come in, and it's definitely the kind of commercial that's not going to be airing on syndication.
Right. All right. I'm gonna have to look that up too. That's going on my list right next to Ice Cube War of the Worlds. So yeah, there's a lot going on. Like you're constantly busy, like you said, you're watching over 100 movies in 100 days, so that's quite an impressive undertaking to try to keep up on. Because I know, like I said, I struggle with 31 days, but keep doing what you do, man. We love you here on the show. We love having you on, and thanks for being part of our fifth year. I guess we'll call it a celebration, even though not really celebrating, but we just keep saying we've been here 5 years. Celebrate. But yeah, run through where people can find you and follow you and chat with you and enjoy your reviews.
As always, it's the WiccaBurr is once again WiccaBurr. I'm on several social networks from Instagram to Letterboxd. I'm sometimes on X, aka Twitter, but not all the time. But I'm definitely on Blue Sky a lot more. So you could check that out as well. And like I said, Letterboxd, you could just go ahead and search for my name there, and it'll pop up as one of the users on there. And I definitely got a good display of both reviews and also lists that kind of varies between moments where people are set, where women are actually set on fire, because it's like a specific horror trope that nobody mentions, but it is there.
Yeah, that don't get talked about much, does it? People set on fire. Yeah. Anyways, everybody go follow Willie. Tell him if you didn't already know him, tell him you met him here on the show, and that won't matter, but he'll still be appreciative that you followed him and said hi to him, because he's a good dude and pretty much an honorary part of the team here. And also, we're going to be hanging out next month or in October. It's not September yet. In Spokane, you're coming out for the Halloween Expo, which hopefully you enjoy it, because I've been hyping it up to you. And if you come and you don't enjoy it, I'm going to feel bad. But yeah, thanks again, man.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, this is Dr. Gangrene. You're watching the Steve. No, you're not. You're listening to the Steve and Crypto Show right here on whatever network you're on. I don't know what you're on. Don't ask me. I can't see what you're doing, but keep listening and tune in next week for more cool content on the Steve and Crypto Show.
Alrighty, we are back. And thank you to Willie again for always kicking in on the show. You rock, dude. And it's always a blast chatting with you. like I mentioned, Halloween Expo is coming, and we look forward to seeing you and hanging out with you there. And yes, this is us celebrating 5 years of doing this podcast, and hopefully there's many more to come. While working on this episode, which turns out I had a ton of content recorded for. So much that we're going to turn it into a two-parter. But in the process of recording things and getting things ready, we got some sad news that one of our earliest supporters of the show and biggest supporters passed away recently. Her name was Debbie. She was a wonderful person, one of the biggest sci-fi nerds around, and just a great person, a gem of a person. She'd been there since day one of this podcast, supporting, sharing, contributing, and this 5 years couldn't have happened without people like her and you guys. But yeah, this one hits kind of hard because she was a great person, and she was the mother of one of my closest friends, my buddy John, who's basically a brother to me. He's long story short, he's my sister's ex-husband, but we remain close, and so it's like family, part of real life family, part of the Steve and Crypto Show family. Passed recently, and it's a, like I said, it's a tough one, but I want to dedicate this episode, both parts of this episode, to her. Thank you for being a nerd, and you'll be missed. And we love you here on the Steve and Crypto Show, and we appreciate everything you've ever done for the show and helping the show grow, and just the support. And yeah, that's a tough one, but sorry to leave you guys on a somber note at the end of this episode, but I just had to share that. It's tough. With that being said, I think I'm gonna get out of here and get back to work on the second half of the content for this double 500 or 5-year celebration. I can't even think straight right now. But like I said, this episode dedicated to Debbie. Both episodes are. And yeah, just take a moment, and because you never know when you're going to be out of moments, to be honestly. Tell people you care about that you care, and yeah, just thank you guys. We'll be back on the next episode. Sorry to end it like this, but I really hope you guys enjoyed so far. I was talking about movies, talking with Willie. Willie is the man. Make sure you guys go follow him. Normally I would end each episode telling you where to go support the podcast and blah, 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 but we're not going to do that this time. We're just going to say bye, and we will see you guys on the next episode, which will be part 2 of our 5-year celebration. Love you guys. Peace.